Hey, what's the story? Yours truly, Phil here, and welcome back to Philbo Reviews. Today, Sunday, the 8th of December 2024, marks the 20-year anniversary of the loss of Darrell Lance Abbott. Dimebag Darrell, a Pantera damage plan when Rebel meets Rebel. He's incredibly missed and loved and revered, always and forever. And I wanted to get on and talk about him. I wanted to get on and talk about Pantera. I wanted to get on and talk about the Pantera members and what they meant to us as fans and as followers of the incredible driving force that was Pantera. This video is strictly for the Pantera fans. Much love and respect to all of you out there in the world. I mean, I'm a metalhead from Dublin. I mean, all Pantera's brothers and sisters in Ireland and Texas as a whole, in Louisiana and New Orleans, everybody who knew Vince and Dimebag and the band Pantera on a personal level, meeting them after the shows, drinking with them at the shows, catching one of their beer shots that they throw out into the crowd. I unfortunately didn't get to experience any of that, but absolutely hold and cherish all those memories. Everybody out there all around the world who got to see Pantera in the late 80s in Ireland and Texas playing the clubs, who got to see them in the early 90s and roaring through the 90s, touring the Vulgar album and Far Beyond Driven and the Trendkill album. I mean, all the footage we saw through the Vulgar videos over the years was absolutely incredible. I mean, when they had people fucking thrashing and jumping around and absolutely beating and pumping the absolute fuck out of each other in 1994 for Far Beyond Driven. I was only a little 9-year-old in Dublin and I didn't even know it was going on, but a few years later I caught on. And thank God I did, because getting into Pantera and discovering Pantera was one of the best things that ever happened to me. That's without a doubt. I mean, I searched for a father figure my whole life. My father, Mick Doyle, he died when I was 7. He had a massive heart attack, very randomly. A slim man, healthy man, 42 years old, massive heart attack one night. And that changed me and my family's lives forever. And as much as a mother on her own does her absolute best and is a true champion to take on the job of 2 parents on her own. I mean, a lady, 3 kids, no husband, mid-90s, having to work, drive, support, it is no easy task, and it is to be commended and absolutely respected without a shadow of a doubt. But I'll tell you something. As much as a mother can do, teaching you to be a man and showing you how to be a man, a lady can't do it. They just can't do it. They can help you with morals, manners, respect, but I was really reaching out for a father figure in my early teens. So here's to Dimebag. Here's to vinniepaul. We'll do Dimebag and Vinnie first, right? Love you, brothers. 20 years gone, never forgotten. And vinniepaul, fucking love you too, brother. Never, ever forgotten. And of course, we can't forget Jeff Mayhem Thompson, the security guard who put his life on the line and ultimately lost his life that night trying to protect Dime. Mayhem, their security guard, this is to him. And to Nathan Bray, the Pantera fan at the gig who tried to help them also and lost his life and perished. This is for you. And Aaron Hulk, who was working at the venue at the night, also lost his life. Here is to you. Never forgotten. I mean, I mean, imagine standing and looking at that happening. It's absolutely fucking disgusting. And there's no doubt about it. There's no other way to put it. It is one of, like, you know, Phil put it, this has changed. We didn't just lose a guitar player. This guy didn't just play for some band. No, this was Darrell Abbott of Pantera. Hey, what's up? Who's there? Hey, come over.
Hello.
Hey, everybody, this is my boy. Come on in, son. This is my boy, Darrell.
Yeah.
And he is named after Dimebag Darrell, isn't that right?
Yeah. Welcome, Dimebag Darrell.
Yeah, 20 years gone. We knew we were going to name you Darrell when me and Mom first start going out. And what a namesake, huh?
Yeah.
We'll keep the flag flying, won't we?
Welcome.
Love you, son.
I will.
Mwah. Say, rock on.
Rock on.
Pantera riffs forever.
Pantera riffs forever.
Well done. Now, no shots for you. We'll do a cola later, okay? Mwah. Love you, son.
Bye.
Thanks for popping in.
Yes.
I'll see you later, right?
See you later, alligator.
Love you. See you in a while, crocodile. That's my boy, Darrell. The best boy. When I first met my wife, well, not my wife at the time. When I first met, when me and my wife started courting, did I have the shot for the boys? No. This is for Jeff, Nathan, and Aaron, and the 3 people wounded, and to James Niggermeyer for removing that fucking cunt's head from his shoulders, okay? Here's to all of them. Oh, yeah. Bit of Jack Daniels tonight. They don't sell Crown Royal in Ireland. Isn't that a fucking bummer? An absolute bummer. Shout out to my brother Jer. Anytime he goes to America, he gets me a bottle of, a large bottle of Crown and brings it back to me. Fucking, here's to you, Jer. So, when I first started courting my wife, right? A massive Pantera fan. People used to call me Phil Core. Or Phil Terra, because my name is Phil. I know, very creative. And a Pantera sleeveless t-shirt was like our army gear. We'd go into town, we'd hit the gigs, Pantera sleeveless, fucking chains in the pockets, new rock boots, and we're ready to fucking groove. We're ready to trash, right? We were known as the Tala Pantera guys. The Pantera guys from Tala. They're fucking loaded on fucking whiskey, high as a fucking kite on sniffy weed, and they're here to fucking throw down. And Natasha found that attractive. Lucky for me, huh? Fuck. And anyway, we start going out and we start getting to know each other. And I said jokingly one night, if we ever get married one day, would you be cool with calling our first boy Darrell? After Dimebag Darrell, of course. I mean, and she goes, and you know what she says right away? Absolutely. And I was like, I'm going to marry this woman. And you know what I did? We've been together since 2005. And we got married in 2011. And lo and behold, in 2015, we were blessed with a boy. Of course, blessed with our darling Florence in 2013. That is not after Florence and the fucking machine. I will tell you that for nothing. It is after my incredible late nanny Grant. My nanny Florence Grant. So my daughter 2013, Florence, love you. And then 2015, Darrell came into the fray. And yeah, we never looked back. So, Pantera meant everything. I was searching for a father figure, okay? I needed a father figure. I found myself latching on to my older sister's boyfriends when they'd come along, to the point of being like a really fucking annoying younger brother who's like always wrecking his sister's head when she's trying to, you know, she's just like 5 years older than me, 5 or 6 years older than me. She's trying to do her thing, hanging out with her fella, and I'm always fucking latching on looking, because, you know, you're just craving that. And that's why I got into martial arts films. Like, my fucking heroes from like 7 years old: Van Damme, Stallone, Schwarzenegger, Dolph Lundgren, Chuck Norris, all those macho guys. Schwarzenegger, of course. But then come 11 and 12, you know, the films were wearing off a little, and I saw Pantera, a show called Super Rock on MTV. 1 hour a week is all you got for fucking heavy metal on MTV back in the day. It is fucking... in America, you had the Headbangers Ball on. Fucking great. God bless America, huh? Big time. I saw... what was the first video now? It's a toss-up between 5 Minutes Alone and Drag the Waters. I'm gonna say... the very first time... 5 Minutes Alone. The very first time I laid eyes on Pantera was 5 Minutes Alone. And I was instantly fucking hooked. It was the heaviest song I'd ever heard in my life. And it completely changed my life. And then the next week they drop Drag the Waters. Now, obviously they're not dropping it. It was out like 3 or 4 years at the time. But it was new to my ears, and then it just started snowballing. Absolutely start snowballing. I held philanselmo, Dimebag Darrell, vinniepaul and rexbrown in absolute awe. Talk about being on a pedestal. Pedestal. They were on a fucking pedestal. And I was hopelessly... my trust was then in whiskey and weed and Pantera. And I openly admit, my fucking smoking and drinking is absolutely Pantera's influence. There's no doubt about it. Parents who think heavy metal influences you in a bad way, well, do you know what? It fucking does. And do you know what? I loved every goddamn second of it. Whiskey and fucking weed and moshing and fucking heavy metal was it. So from 15, we start dabbling in the green. You know, starting off slow, listening to Pantera, finding our feet, and fucking naggins of Jack Daniels every week before the gigs, and just brotherhood, man. Pantera said strength, it said power, it said brotherhood, it meant respect, it meant everything. These guys, fucking Dimebag, Phil, Rex, and Vinny, they were everything. Look at the Vulgar videos. They were the coolest, most down-to-earth, fucking incredible guys. Just 4 guys who love metal and love getting super duper high and drunk. And it just fit. Pantera and Phil and me. It was just a match made in heaven. And I absolutely adored the band since the first time I heard them. And we had tickets, of course, to see them in 2001. They were doing a concert called Tattoo the Planet, which was a co-headlining show with, it was Pantera and Slayer headlining, and then Cradle of Filth, I know, to a lesser extent. They're actually not bad. They're not great either, though. Static X, rest in peace, Wayne Static. Oh! We're going to have to fucking show a bit of respect for Wayne Static here. Honest to God. Wayne fucking Static. And you know what? Jeff Hanneman. Rest in peace, Jeff Hanneman. Wayne Static. Fucking Randy Rhoads. On and on. Fucking heavy metal. Rockin'. Up, dock, rock, rockin'. Big shout out to Steve-O. My brother Steve-O. I brought up the Ken glass for him. He's fucking Ken. And I'm Ryu. I love Ryu. He's fucking great with Ken, though. So shout out to Steve-O. Rockin'. So yeah, that shot's for fucking Jeff, and that shot's for Wayne Static. And of course it's for fucking Dimebag, who's 20 years gone today. Please drop a comment below of your favourite fucking Pantera track. Your favourite fucking Dimebag solo. I want a full-on convo flowing in the comments. Don't be fucking shy, man. Brothers and sisters out there in fucking YouTube land. I am speaking to the Pantera brothers and sisters here. You fucking get me, man. You fucking understand. Pantera was not just music. Dimebag was not just a guitar player. Vinny was not just a fucking drummer. This was different, man. And we know it was different. Right? So please, tell me all your awesome stories. And a shout out to our US brothers and sisters. If you grew up and you saw Pantera, let me hear the gig stories. Let me share your pictures with Dimebag. Share your stories with Dimebag. Come on, I cherish hearing these stories. Because they need to be cherished, and they need to be remembered, and they need to be revered. Absolutely. For me, I did a video there a while ago of my favourite Pantera songs, and my spoiler alert, my favourite Pantera song is Regular People from Vulgar Display of Power. I absolutely love that riff. It just personifies everything Pantera does. And I have to say my favourite album by Pantera is Cowboys from Hell. It's absolutely incredible. And yeah, I just can't believe he's 20 years gone. But do yourself a favour, right? Now, I'm not going to step on anybody's toes here. I'm just speaking freely. It's called an opinion. It's Philbo's opinion. And your opinion is absolutely as valid as mine. And if you want to share it, respectfully, drop it in the comments below. But I have a bit to say about the Pantera breakup, okay? And my opinion on it. Now, I'm not going to fucking bore the whole off you, but I something that I've always thought and I've always wanted to say and talk about, but I just didn't. In my opinion, right, Pantera were absolute and positively brothers, right? We obviously had Dime and Vinny, a massive connection because they are flesh and fucking blood. Pantera is their baby. They started it in 1984. And it was their baby. And they have the Texas behind them as well. And Rex is from Texas as well. And then we have philanselmo from New Orleans, right? And if you have to realize that during the latter part of their career in the 90s, right? Philanselmo had chronic back pain, alright? Now, I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. But Philanselmo had fucking chronic back pain, right? He refused surgery because he could not miss tours. Far Beyond Driven was in the height of its popularity, right? And foolishly, but possibly, I mean, I'm not a heroin addict. I've never been addicted to hard drugs. I don't know what I'm talking about, right? I don't. But he turned to heroin to try and mask his problem with his back. And Pantera were strictly weed, whiskey. On the case of Dime and Vinny, they loved the titty bars, right? Vince even bought the clubhouse in Texas. They loved the fucking titty bars, which is fine. You know what I'm saying? It's fine. But titty bars and that wasn't Phil and Rex's thing. So we have a slight divide, right? We have Texas from the two brothers and Rex, and then we have New Orleans. And Phil has his own set of brothers in Louisiana, in New Orleans. I mean, fucking Nola forever. You know what I'm saying? He's got Jimmy Bower and I Hate God. I mean, the fact that Phil wore Crowbar and I Hate God t-shirts in the I'm Broken video gave those bands so much fucking exposure. It's unbelievable. So Phil's heart, we all know our heart is in our home, right? So Philanselmo has all these brothers in New Orleans. He's got Kirk Weinstein from Crowbar. He's got Jimmy Bower from I Hate God. He's got Pepper in North Carolina in COC. And he's got, so they're from two, and Phil brought heaviness. Phil brought the intense heavy sound to Pantera in 1990, and to some degree in power metal in 88. And something, now stay with me here, right? I think the divide happened in this band. Shame is a cruel mistress. Shame can destroy you, right? And what I'm getting at is, when Philanselmo OD'd after that show in 97, maybe 96, correct me if I'm wrong, Vinny and Dime didn't even know he was on fucking smack, right? They didn't even know he was on smack for his back, right? And in fairness, they were so fucked up on drink and the whole bit. All of them. Rex was an alcoholic, full blown. And the boys as well, 100%. There's no doubt about it. As much fun as they looked like they were having, right? Towards the end of the 90s, it was becoming an issue for all of them. There's no doubt about it. And they didn't even know Phil was on smack, because that was his dirty little fucking secret for him to cope with pain. And what is the be all and end all of most people's reason for turning to hard drugs? Pain. Emotional. Physical. Some people, they can't handle the pain. Not some people, all people. So Phil fucking foolishly turned to smack. And he tried to keep the boat afloat, but he just, as the more he withdrawed himself to keep this from the brothers and to keep it from Rex, he fell more and more into shame and shame and shame. And after it happened, he pleaded with them and said, this won't happen again. It won't. And that's where the divide happened. The trust was broken. They thought they knew their brother Phil, but Phil nearly died on them in the pinnacle of their success. Who's at fault there? No, that's just the way it is. His chronic the back. It just look it up yourself. It's fucked. And the brothers, they kept it going, right? But you can't. It's like me, right? I had a group of brothers, a group of friends when I was younger, right? And this is where I've stemmed this idea from, or this theory. And please challenge me below if you think I'm really off the boil, okay? This is my opinion, okay? We had four of us really tight-knit Pantera brothers. Two of us loved whiskey and weed only. Whiskey and weed only. And shout out to Goonie, right? Goonie gave, that's another story. I'll talk about. Me personally, as me, Philip Doyle, I've never taken a pill. I've never taken a strip of acid. I've never snorted a line of cocaine. I've never injected something. Never. And ever since a young teenager, I have been completely and utterly against anything but whiskey, weed, and beer, right? The trio, the holy trio, right? And one of my friends completely was on the same page as me, right? But the other two start getting into pills, start getting into different scenes, start getting into different shit, right? And lo and behold, when you've got people with certain interests on one side and certain interests on another, you're naturally going to slowly divide, right? So we have Phil looking at Dime and Vinny. God bless you, brothers. We're doing another shot for you now. And seeing the titty bars and the drinking and the smoking all. But Phil, he wants smack. He wants heroin. And he wants to be around people who don't have a problem with him doing heroin, right? So this is where I think the ultimate divide came. We have Dime and Vinny in Texas, and we have Rex in Texas, right? But Rex was dealing with chronic alcoholism pretty much the entirety of the 90s, right? And people, when Pantera were kind of in limbo after reinventing the steel. Great album, by the way. Great fucking album. But even during the Great Southern Trendkill, they didn't record the album together. Rex, Vinny, and Dime did the music, and Phil recorded his stuff with Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails. And you know what? When you're listening to the Great Southern Trendkill, you can fucking tell they're not in the same room. You can. It's a great album, don't get me wrong, but you can fucking tell that they're not together on this. I can anyway. So, Pantera releases Reinventing the Steel, and we're all happier than pigs in shit. But as you saw during that tour in 2000, 2001, Phil couldn't talk. Phil couldn't fucking stand up. Phil was slurring his words and saying all sorts of stupid bullshit, which he was always prone to do, because he's a bit of a fucking idiot with his mouth, as we can all agree. And I'm not telling you something you don't already know, alright? And that he doesn't already know. And I said at the start of this video, I love these four guys like fucking family. And I would never say things derogatory to hurt or sour any of them. But facts are facts, right? So, Reinventing the Steel came out in 2000 and everyone was delighted. But everyone was noticing that the fucking brothers are all on point. But Phil is a fucking mess. And lo and behold, behind everybody's back, for want of a better expression, Phil pops off and records Down 2 in 2002. A Bustle in the Hedgerow in New Orleans, in Nosferatu's lair. And I bet you're wondering, do you think he did that because he hates the brothers? No. Do you think he did that because he hates Pantera? And he hates everything Pantera was doing? No. Do you think he did it because he hates fucking Dimebag and he hates the fans? No. Do you know why he did that? Because he loved fucking heroin. And you know what? Misery loves company, alright? Now, if you look into the recording of Down 2, Kirk Weinstein, fucking love you, brother, Crowbar RIFFS forever. Kirk Weinstein would openly tell you that his nose was hired as a fucking hoover of cocaine during that entire album process. Phil has used the expression himself that while recording Down 2, he was a fucking pin cushion. That's a quote. A pin cushion. Pepper, the same. Jimmy, methamphetamines, hopelessly addicted. And Rex, just if I'm doing fucking gear and someone's doing fucking coke and someone's doing fucking methamphetamines and someone's drinking a litre of Jack a day, do you know what? If I want to be a fucking junkie, this is the crowd I need to stay beside. So that's why the divide. Me and my brothers, we wanted to party one way, they wanted to party another way. And the divide happened. It just happened. And that is what happened with Philanselmo and Pantera. In my opinion. He went to Down and he goes, you know what? I can be comfortable and happy sitting around fucking injecting myself with heroin. Because everyone around me is hopelessly addicted to their drug of choice. And you know what? As long as we're all doing it together, it makes me feel okay about the situation. But in the background, Dime and Vinny are sitting twiddling their thumbs, wondering when Pantera are getting back going. And then in 2003, Pantera finish. And then it's he said, she said, fucking bullshit back and forward. Phil was a hopeless fucking junkie who even with Supergiant Ritual again. Jimmy Bower. Now, I'm not fucking bashing Jimmy Bower or fucking Kirk or any of the lads for having drug problems. They'll be the first person to tell you that during Down 2, they were all just fucking each other's crutch to fucking, let's just be fucking drug addicts together. No judgment here, but in fairness, they made a fucking great album with Down 2, didn't they? Drop a comment if you agree. What a fucking album. You can hear how high Phil is on Learn From My Mistake. Learn from my mistake. And you can almost hear the smoke over the microphones on that album. Down 2 is an incredible fucking album, by the way. And Down are an incredible band. But that 2002, 2003, that massive divide, and when things start getting truly, truly sour between the two of them, it's not out of not loving each other and not respecting each other. Drugs took control. And not that fucking Vinny and Dime were sitting by fucking having cappuccinos at fucking Starbucks together. Dimebag, at the time of his death, God bless him, he was a raging alcoholic. And that's the truth. He was a raging alcoholic. And Vince was just right on that same page. And everyone was on a downward spiral. But the brothers stuck together, of course, because they're brothers. And because there's Texas and New Orleans and Louisiana, there was that divide where Phil moves back to New Orleans and the brothers stay in Texas. And they do Damage Plan and they release Newfound Power. They do Rebel Meets Rebel. Great fucking album, by the way. Fucking David Allan Coe. Do you know what? Shots for David Allan Coe. Look, I'm halfway through the bottle already, guys. No judgment. Dimebag's 20 years gone. Here's the Dime. I'm just trying to get a point across. That Dimebag, Vinny, and all there was no love. They were brothers and they fucking loved each other, right? And when Dimebag was fucking taken from us 20 years ago today, it's like it was, and fucking Phil got it so bad. And I know he's fucking carrying on with the fucking Sea Kyles and all. I mean, I'm not here to defend philanselmo's drunken crap. I'm here to defend the brotherhood of Pantera, and that the whole feud and the whole breakup was not due to a lack of love. It was miscommunication. It was not speaking to each other. It was listening to the fucking media. And it was fucking addiction that tore Pantera apart. Rather than feeling the shame of doing, he could have, there's a ton of things philanselmo could have done different. But him to stay fucking high and commit to Down and commit to Supergiant Ritual, pretty much behind Diamond Vinny's back, with zero communication of when he's going to be finished his side projects and when he's going to get back to Pantera. Do you know what? He and Supergiant as well. Massive drug problems in that band. By all members. And Phil fucking got so bad he fucking asked a question. Phil would be doing a fucking 35-minute interview. And he'd probably get through 2 questions during the underground music. And you're like, oh, Jesus Christ. And during the Supergiant and the fucking down days of 02, 03, 04, you couldn't listen to him, man. You fucking couldn't listen to him. He was in turmoil. He was fucked. He was fucking smackhead, man. A shadow of his former self. All his fucking fun, all his joy, all his everything was just taken out of his fucking soul. And drugs did that to him. Sadly. And pain. But the fact that Dime was taken from us in 2004, and people fucking getting on Phil's case that him destroying Pantera. Listen, right? That fucking piece of shit that killed Dime that night. It's a fucking fact that he didn't give a shit what fucking Pantera member was on stage that night. Whoever it was gonna be. Whether it was Phil with Supergiant, whether it was fucking Rex with Down, whether it didn't matter. Pantera were stealing his fucking thoughts. Schizo piece of shit. It doesn't even come into words how tragic all this is. It's no one's fault. It's no one's fault. This fucking cunt, Pantera, is stealing their thoughts. Get the fucking boat. Unbelievable. Now, as far as mental health, you know, it's rampant. Rampant. And gun crime in America, you know yourself. Gun crime everywhere. Not even just in America. You know what I mean? Us fucking men, man, we're fucked up. We're fucked up. But you know what? We're all doing it together, aren't we? We're all fucked up, we're all doing it together, alright? Here's the fucking metalheads. Oh, the God, it's fucking sweet, man. Love Jack. Do you see fucking King Lemmy behind me? Good old King Lemmy, huh? Fucking, oh, great. But the point I'm making is, right? In real life, brothers get different interests, different things, and they move apart. But I don't think there was any. And the media and the hostility between Vince and Phil, it's just heartbreaking to see. And with their minds clouded by the drink and the drugs, they just weren't thinking straight. They should have been supporting each other through that time. Okay, they should have been supporting each other. But the loss of Dime was just absolutely unbelievable, and it hurt me. It hurt all my brothers. It hurt everyone, and it still does. 20 years later, he's a one of a kind. Dime riffs. Dime's attitude to life, his positivity, his fun, his craziness, his love of fucking fireworks and blowing shit up. Actually, unbelievable. Unbelievable. And Pantera riffs for fucking ever, right? Now, thank you for listening to my opinion on the Pantera breakup. I think it's a lot of fucking bad circumstance and miscommunication, but the brotherhood and the love, that shouldn't have been questioned, right? And when Phil and Rex, right, recruit Charlie and Zach to perform a tribute to the brothers, right, who are gone. It's fucking tragic, man. Vinniepaul and Dimebag are fucking gone. It never gets any easier to come to terms with that. I mean, that double kick, those fucking squeals on the guitar, unbelievable. But they want to show the new generation groove. They want to show them the groove, man. If anyone was to perform the fucking Becoming bung down it's Charlie from Anthrax can do it. Do you want my opinion if they even come close to Vinny and Dime's talents? Absolutely not. Now, Zakk Wylde is considered one of the great, not just one of the best metal guitarists, he's considered one of the best guitarists of all time. But, in my opinion, do you think he can match Dimebag? Absolutely not. But you know what? He's close. Do you think Charlie can match Vinny's groove? Absolutely not. But you know what? It's close. And we have Phil fucking straight as an arrow. Clear, concise. Finally, in his fucking mid-50s, he's got his fucking act together somewhat. And Rex, no booze, no nothing. Just fucking slapping that bass like an absolute boss. And I think we need to get behind it, guys. We need to get behind it. This fucking no Vinny, no Dimebag, no Pantera. Of course, you've never said a truer fucking word. This isn't Pantera. It's a tribute to the brothers. To share their music with this generation. To keep it alive. And to not let it die. And if you've seen the performances they put in, you know what, man? And ladies, it's not fucking bad, is it? It's pretty fucking killer. And the tribute they do, just keep that Pantera riff alive. And I don't care what anybody fucking says. I know Vinny's attitude towards the end, towards Phil and towards the reunion and everything, but blood is thicker than water, okay? That's always going to be a tough pill to swallow, losing his fucking brother to an assassination. Unfucking believable. But you can bet that Dimebag would have wanted this. You know it. There's no doubt he wouldn't have wanted this. To share his fucking riffs with the fucking world, right? So, I have no idea how long I'm talking. And I appreciate if you've stayed in this far. I love Pantera. Pantera mean everything to me. They mean everything to my youth. They mean everything to my brothers growing up. I have a Cowboys from Hell tattoo on my back. I have a New Orleans tattoo on my arm. Because nowadays, Crowbar, Goat Whore, Soylent Green, COC, I know they're not from New Orleans. Fucking Down, you know. New Orleans are fucking, oh, I hate God. New Orleans riffs, by the way. The greatest. And I'm actually going to see, in 2 weeks, I'm going to see I Hate God and Goat Whore and the great Irish band 10 Ton Slug play a sold out gig on the 21st of December. Goat Whore, I Hate God and 10 Ton Slug sold out. Nola at its finest. Can't fucking wait. And you know what? Me, my brother Steve-O, my brother Kit, my wife Natasha, my daughter Florence, and my fucking boy Darrell have 6 fucking front row seats for Pantera in the Tree Arena in fucking February. This is our homecoming. I will be 40 years old in 2025. I'm 39 years old now in 1 week. My birthday is Friday the 13th and I'm 39 years old. So next year is my 40th year. And I'm going to see the tribute to Pantera that I've always wanted. And I want it. And Zach is going to riddle out those riffs. And I'm just going to sit there and absorb every moment of it. Because this is what we got. This is where we are. Support it. Stop the fucking complaining, right? This is fucking it's Phil and Rex, right? It's 50 fucking % of the band, and they want to do a tribute to their brothers. If you think it's for money, they're fucking rich already. I hate to fucking break it to you. I hate to break it to you. Zakk Wylde is fucking Ozzy's guitar player, for fuck's sake. Charlie's with fucking Anthrax, who've been touring non-stop for I don't know how fucking long. Phil, you know, they're doing it because they love it, okay? Support it. Now, as far as new music goes, no new music, right? Pantera, no new music. I believe they have a live album coming out soon. I'm totally behind that. Fucking great. Capture the moment, capture the tribute for the brothers. Darrell Abbott and vinniepaul. I fucking love you forever. Your music means everything to me and my brothers growing up, okay? Dublin loves Pantera. Ireland loves Pantera. Europe loves Pantera. Fucking the world loves Pantera. Support the tribute show in 2025. Okay? And do some fucking shots for Dimebag today, who was 20 years gone. Fucking, I'm half cut here. Ha ha ha! My, hey God. Glass, I caught that. That's a nice beer. Holy God. I'm not saying the name of it. Oh my God, that's cold. I'm not saying the name of it. There's no sponsors here. But Jesus Christ, 20 years gone. Again, shots for Dimebag, shots for vinniepaul, shots for Jeff Hanneman, shots for Wayne Static, shots for fucking Joey Lacaz from I Hate God, shots for... Oh, what's fucking COC's drummer name? Oh, what's COC's drummer's name? Reed Mullen? Is it Reed Mullen? No? Correct. I am so sorry for forgetting. No, it is Reed Mullen. Is it Reed Mullen? Correct me below, but COC's drummer who passed away a couple of years ago. And Tony Costanza, who fucking played drums on Sonic XS in its purest form and Machine Head's first album, Here's to You. Oh, you just have to excuse me. Here's to my dad, Mick Doyle. Here's to my wife's brother, Izzy. You know what? Here's to all our brothers and sisters who aren't with us, right? Here's to all of them. But especially today, December 8th, 2024. 20 years since we lost Dimebag Darrell. God bless and keep Rita, his forever love. And may him, his brother, and his mom and dad be embracing each other in heaven forever. Drink whiskey. Smoke weed. Rock Pantera riffs. Mosh hard. Laugh lots. Love often. And do you know what? We are forever. Thank you to Dime and Vinny and Phil and Rex. We are forever stronger than all. Okay? So here's to you for watching, and here's to Dimebag. 20 years gone. Love you forever and ever. Holy shit, that's a big old shot glass, isn't it? I better save some for Tash. Fuck yeah. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Fucking Pantera riffs forever. Pantera grooves forever. Fucking aimed at you, cowboys from hell.